The Sevastopol is a tier 10 Soviet cruiser that at first glance may seem not that interesting compared to other options at her tier, but bear with me, I promise there's way more than meets the eye. Let's start off with the basics. In effect, Sevastopol is what happens when a Kronstadt and a Bismarck have way too much fun on a night out.
Hey!
Yeah?
What the hell is this?
She possesses the hull of the Kronstadt, albeit a worse version, more on this later, with the guns of the Bismarck, albeit greatly improved versions, and again, more on these later too. She also has a few tricks up her proverbial sleeve, such as her heel. Her heel is unique, and that is not hyperbole. Literally no other ship in the game has this kind of heel. The heavy repair team consumable was added for the Sevastopol, and it's certainly very interesting indeed. It has a low amount healed per second, but it lasts a lot longer than most men, coming in at a whopping 90 seconds of duration. It also possesses the British characteristic of healing 50% of citadel damage, meaning that whilst this heal is active, she's incredibly resilient, even if you misplay a bit. And if you manage to use her decent concealment and impressive top speed to escape enemy detection, you can easily come back with 30,000 more health than the last time they spotted you. This impressive top speed coming from her other party trick, the same engine boost found on French cruisers, which allows her to push 40 knots for 45 seconds at a time, with only a 60-second cooldown between uses. She also has access to Hydro, or defensive AA, but who would pick that, and the Soviet fast damage control consumable, meaning you also need to be smart with these uses to make sure you don't run out, although fire isn't really much of a threat to you with your heal. However, a good opponent will know about Sevastopol's regenerative capabilities. A good opponent will know about Sevastopol's regenerative capabilities. That's a really hard sentence to say.
First try.
So expect to be focused if you're on low health. Skilled opponents won't want to let you get away to have the chance to heal. Your heal cooldown is a staggering 3 minutes, so make sure to tactically time your uses and manage your positioning to ensure you don't get caught out. Whilst her healing capabilities are incredibly impressive, her armour is far less so. Compared to other Soviet tier 10 heavy cruisers such as Petro or Stalingrad, her armour looks insignificant. With only 25mm of bow and stern plating and 30mm of deck plating, she is not well protected at all, and as a result of this you should avoid being the focus of attention and receiving sustained fire. And whilst her health pool is good when compared to the average tier 10 cruiser, it is pitiful compared to other large cruisers, possessing around 10,000 less health than Puerto Rico or Stalingrad, and even less than her own sister ship Kronstadt at tier 9. She's also quite large and clumsy, with a sluggish rudder shift and a large turning circle, so it's imperative you plan manoeuvres ahead of time. You know what else is imperative? Subscribing. Do it. All of this means that during your heal cooldown you are incredibly vulnerable, so you cannot play Sevastopol as a bow tanker like Petro or as a pushing ship like Stalingrad. You simply don't have the resilience to do these roles effectively.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
The role Sevastopol is best for is what her guns and speed are suited for, and that's flanking, catching broadsides, causing the enemy headaches on their sides. Side aches, if you will. And if you do catch a broadside, you are more likely than not going to punish it. That's due to the excellent characteristics of her guns. Statistically, they're similar to the guns found on Bismarck at tier 8, and she possesses 6 of them in 3 double turrets. This may not sound like an impressive amount of firepower, and on paper, it's not. She has the worst AP and HE DPM of any tier 10 cruiser by quite some margin. In fact, the only tier 10 ship with worse AP DPM is the Shimakaze, and that says everything.
This is brilliant. But I like this.
However, what she lacks in DPM she can certainly make up for it in accuracy. She possesses cruiser dispersion on battleship caliber guns, which is incredible. She can absolutely obliterate the broadsides of cruisers and some battleships, all the way out to her impressive maximum range of 19.1 kilometers. This is further helped by her having the same reduced fuse time as Petropavlos, and having improved shell characteristics with lower drag, meaning her shells are way easier to aim than those on Bismarck or Siegfried. However, her low volume of guns and anemic HE performance means she struggles with bow-in and armoured targets that she's not able to overmatch. She's a min-maxed cruiser killer, sacrificing sustained survivability in DPM for accurate high alpha strikes and long duration heals to keep her alive during the burst engagement she's made for, and a speed boost specifically suited to quickly and frequently getting her in and out of the position she's most effective in. She's certainly not for everyone, her skill floor is pretty high and her playstyle will not suit everyone's tastes at all. As a result, I'm going to place her at mid tier. She's not particularly strong or meta defining, but she's got a fun, unique playstyle with an interesting set of consumables, and she's definitely worth picking up if you got the research points. I definitely still recommend Ohio or Paolo Emilio first though. If you'd like a captain build and equipment loadout for this ship, go for something like this. This is taken from the amazing World of Warships Captain Guide Google Doc, which is a fantastic resource for all your ship build needs. I'll put the link to it down in the description. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. It's really cliche, but it really does help boost the reach of my videos, and I really appreciate it. Please let me know in the comments what ship you'd like to see next, and as always, all feedback, whether positive or negative, is welcome with open arms. Now go out there and embrace your inner lizard.
Do it.